My name is Marcel Price. Most people know me as Fable. What I do is spoken word poetry. I do a show every Monday night in Grand Rapids called The Drunken Retort. That's been going for over a year now. And then every Tuesday in Kalamazoo at the Mix called Put Up or Shut Up. That's been going for a little while now. And basically what I do is I bring national acts from all over the United States to West Michigan to try to expose the West Michigan spoken word culture, as well as singer-songwriters here in West Michigan, as well as get Kalamazoo artists to Grand Rapids and get Grand Rapids artists to Kalamazoo. And what a lot of people know me for is basically just doing these shows, as well as Art Prize. That was really big for us, and most recently getting into Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo public schools through a nonprofit called Speak It Forward, and basically working with the kids to develop those next level of performing artists in West Michigan, as well as get them a little bit more comfortable with public speaking, because those are tools that will help them whether they go to higher education, whether they go into the job market, or anything like that. Like, my main inspiration was an English teacher that actually took the time with me to get me into spoken word and sent me to a camp at the University of Michigan, because I grew up in Ann Arbor. And that was, like, very influential on me. And a lot of teachers just don't take the time to do that, which is a major reason why we started pushing to get into public schools, because there's a lot of kids that aren't inspired whatsoever, and that, like, they're artistic, or that want to be poets, that want to be musicians, that want to be local hip-hoppers, that just don't have a way, like a tool or a resource to get into it. And that's really why we started working with the public schools. It was my idea originally to put spoken word into Art Prize. Grand Rapids has a very dominant performing arts community, whether it's bands, whether it's hip-hop, whether it's poetry, and you always see these murals taking up the sides of buildings. You always see, like, the copper man standing by the bob. You see, like, the tired panda made of tires. But you never have, like, those deep roots coming out of Grand Rapids. And I was like, well, you know what? Let's put performing arts in it. Like, let's really go for it. And one of my buddies who's a part of the diatribe, Mitch Burns, he was like, well, if we put words in the Art Prize, we need to make it a little bit more powerful than that. And words are one of the only things that can be taken in by the blind, by the deaf. So what we did is we were like, all right, well, if we're going to put spoken word in the Art Prize, we need to make it so it's blind deaf friendly, so that this can be the one exhibit in all of Art Prize history thus far to where if you can't see or hear, that you can actually experience every single part of this exhibit. So what we did through the help of Michigan State is we got like $5,000 worth of Braille work and had all of our poetry in Braille, all of the pictures, the murals, descriptions in Braille, described in detail. So even if you saw a picture of me and my little brother, it would say, hey, this is symbolic to me because this is one of the few people that I truly love and who I've had an influence on his life. And then in Braille, you'd see it. This is a picture of in my brother, and going into detail, not only in text, but in Braille. It was really neat to see because we had a lot of deaf kids, a lot of blind kids come through, as well as blind adults and deaf adults. It was just amazing to see how hard it hit them. Like, they would spend hours in our exhibit because it would be the one exhibit they can actually go through and take in depth. The thing is that with Art Prize, which makes it so amazing, is there's hundreds of thousands of people that are walking and looking and walking and looking and walking and looking through downtown. And with our exhibit, like, if you just walk into it and you see these murals, you see these pictures, you hear the poetry, you're really just like, well, I don't know what to think about this. So you keep walking because you're used to looking and walking. With our exhibit, there's a little bit more depth, or there was, so it took a little bit more time to take it in. Like, people would walk in and see a blind person touching it, and they'd be like, well, this is crazy. Like, now they get it, but unless you were in that situation, a lot of people really didn't know what to think. So we're going to try to change that and attack that aspect in, like, 2016, try to go for next year and really put something large together that's a lot more visual but still has the depth in every layer behind it for those people that are looking and walking and looking and walking, aren't really taking the time to take in each exhibit. But I'm starting to realize in Grand Rapids, their location is kind of symbolic because they're actually stationed on the corner of Lyon and Ionia. And that's just not me lying because I owe them, but if I could please get at least an extension for me not mentioning the visual metaphor. I swear I saw officer. No, I swear I saw officer. Blue car, blue coat to match, black shoes, do a bad move passing this couple on the left. Smooth job, buddy. I'm at 4. I saw 4 people on the left, 2 pushing, 1 so cushioned in a car seat with no one looking to lend a hand. Dang, can I get a badge for putting my 2 wheels aside and turning my bike frame into a picture frame, hanging in the hands of a very confused looking 35 to 40 African-American woman's hands is a guy with disc golf plans clearly, bag strapped to back, based on Kendrick pull-up, pushing a minivan, which the police would never show up because I got about 3 reasons warranting me to be in a Cops episode with the running guy, or Mug of the Week in Busted's eyes, but getting the most love I've ever seen out of this husband's eyes. We had words in front of TGI Fridays. Not lying, I was tired. I was like, man, how long are we going to push this thing? Says, until we get to a gas station, bro. I said, the closest gas station is like 10 more blocks, man. Why don't you get a gas can? My ears still ring of, because they don't give out gas cans, bro. The $10 I gave him was kind of selfish because I was going to push that thing 10 more blocks because by then cops would have stopped and seen 2 black males, 1 disc golf, dang, has plugs, so has drugs, he's a ruffian. Cuffed me in with a man of darker skin who as a kid broke down Vegas, no money, mommy had a sight but still deadbeat stamped, mommy had a sight but tramp stamped, but no tats, just a church hat. Or the very beautiful picture of me as a person, now in her mind. Yeah. Thank you.